Hi, we are Group 6 and we chose WestJet Airlines. WestJet Airlines is a Canadian low-cost carrier that was established in 1996. Based in Calgary, Alberta, it is one of Canada's largest airlines serving domestic, transborder, and international routes. Initially founded to provide affordable travel options within Canada, WestJet has since grown into a major airline, offering a wide range of services including premium seating, lounges, and in-flight entertainment.
WestJet SWOT analysis for their strength, strong brand and customer loyalty, budget airline model with competitive rates, growing network and contemporary fleet, strong financial results prior to the pandemic, and innovative customer experience like loyalty programs and mobile app. And then for their weaknesses, strong reliance on the Canadian market for income, limited international presence compared to competitors, operational difficulties such as delays and cancellations, operating expenses that exceed those of ultra low cost carrier, labor conflicts and potential for strikes. Further opportunities, expanding international routes, increase in the premium travel markets, enhancing collaborations and code shares agreement for broader global access, sustainability efforts such as fuel efficiency, sustainable aviation fuel, and carbon offsets initiatives, exploring opportunities in and underrepresented regional markets, and last, further threats, competitions from both full service and low cost carriers, fluctuations in fuel prices, compliance risks like taxations and environmental regulations, economic recessions, and labor disruptions such as strikes and work interruptions.
I'm going to discuss about the pestle analysis of WestJet. So first, let's look at the political landscape, such as government policies and regulations, bilateral air agreements, and local government support. Moving on to the economic factors, such as fuel prices, consumer demand and economic conditions, and exchange rate. Now, let's explore the social aspects, such as travel trends, cultural considerations, and customer expectations for experience. So next is technological influences, such as digital transformations, empowerment of supply chain partners, and sustainability technologies. So next is legal factors, such as aviation's regulations, labor relations, and competition law. So finally, let's address the environmental challenges, such as sustainability goals, climate change and weather disruptions, and regulations on emissions. So in conclusion, the external factors examined in this pestle analysis show that a WestJet growth strategy must navigate a complex landscape, from political regulations to economic conditions, social shift, technological advancement, legal challenges, and environmental concern. Each factor plays a role in shaping the airline's success. By addressing these factors thoughtfully, WestJet can continue to thrive in a competitive and ever-evolving global market. Thank you.
For Porter's five forces, industry rivalry is deemed high because of differentiation and overcapacity and high fixed costs. For supplier power, it is also high because of aircraft suppliers and fuel suppliers. Buyer power is also deemed high because of price sensitivity, low switching costs, and customer loyalty program of WestJet. The threat of substitutes is deemed medium because of alternative transportation modes and also competition from other budget airlines. For threat of new entrants, it is also deemed medium because of the barriers to entry, competitor expansion, and WestJet's reputation in the industry. WestJet Airlines operates in a highly competitive industry which is characterized by intense rivalry, with the biggest player being Air Canada in addition to competing with low-cost airlines like Flair and Lynx Air. While they would benefit from their strong brand loyalty, especially in Western Canada, it could still face significant competition and challenges. Suppliers have leverage over them as they are reliant on Boeing and volatile fuel costs, as well as price sensitive customers with low switching costs. While there are alternative ways of transportation, they still have the upper hand when it comes to long distance travel and their reputation for customer service. Regarding their loyalty program, while existing members may need to spend more to qualify for certain benefits, the company needed to look at the program design and value proposition. They had to protect and ensure that they're still delivering quality service to the existing members while still emphasizing the sense of prestige of the benefits to future members.
These are the potential problems and opportunities that WestJet currently facing. Number one problem is limited international presence. WestJet's international network is smaller than competitors, limiting growth opportunities, meaning WestJet doesn't have as many international routes as its competitors, which limits its potential to grow and reach more customers. Number two problem is delays and cancellations. Meaning delays and cancellation hurt customer satisfaction and increase cost. When flights are delayed or cancelled, it frustrates passengers, that hurts the airline's reputation and ends up costing more money. And for the opportunities, here's the one, here's number one, expanding international routes. WestJet can grow by adding more international routes and diversifying revenue. Meaning, WestJet could grow by adding more flights to different countries, helping it make more money and reach more people. And number two, sustainability initiatives. Investing in fuel efficient technologies and carbon offsets can attract eco-conscious, meaning by investing in eco-friendly technology like fuel efficient planes or carbon offsets, WestJet could appeal to environmentally conscious customers and improve its public image.
Hi everyone. Now I will talk about the recommendations. So my recommendation one is to expand worldwide reach. WestJet can grow its global presence by identifying new regions where passengers want to travel but lack flight options. This can be done through detailed market research using tools like SWOT and pastor analysis. Partnering with other airlines through code-share agreements will allow WestJet to offer more destinations without investing in additional airplanes. Initially, the company should start small by launching flights in a few promising regions and expanding gradually based on success. To attract more travelers, WestJet can promote new routes through its loyalty programs and competitive fares. By following this strategy, WestJet can increase its revenue and improve its ability to compete internationally. My recommendation too is to improve efficiency and sustainability. To become more efficient and eco-friendly, WestJet should invest in smart technologies and sustainable practices. Using AI can help improve flight schedules, reduce delays, and solve problems proactively. The airline can further reduce its environmental impact by adopting fuel efficient planes and eco friendly fuels. WestJet should also engage customers by introducing a carbon offset program linked to its loyalty rewards, encouraging travelers to participate in sustainability efforts. Additionally, training employees to implement these changes will ensure smooth operations. This approach will enhance customer satisfaction, reduce WestJet's environmental footprint, and strengthen its reputation as an innovative and environmentally responsible airline. Thank you.
So, in order to control these recommendations, we decided to apply the traditional control model. For the first recommendation, expanding into growing markets, to establish standards, market research should identify at least 5 potential regions annually. Code-share agreements should increase connecting destinations by 10%. New routes should achieve a load factor of at least 75% within the year. To monitor ongoing organizational behavior and results, the company could use tools like market research reports, analytics dashboards, and customer satisfaction surveys to track market research progress, agreements with partner airlines, and customer response to loyalty programs. And they also need to compare actual behavior and results against standards, which means they would be analyzing deviations such as lower than expected passenger numbers and routes that are underperforming. And the last step, to evaluate and take action, they would revise marketing strategies for underperforming routes or suspend or cancel routes that consistently fail to meet profitability standards. And for the next recommendation, improving efficiency and sustainability. To establish standards, they would define specific goals, such as reducing delays by 10% within a year, using AI in scheduling flights, and achieve 15% fleet conversion to fuel efficient planes annually. To monitor ongoing organizational behavior and results, they could regularly track progress using operational efficiency metrics, fuel consumption reports, and customer participation in sustainability programs. They would also monitor employee training completion rates and feedback. And for the next step, comparing actual behavior and results against standards, they would evaluate deviations such as AI scheduling reduces delays by only 5% instead of 10%, and only 10% of the fleet is converted to fuel efficient planes in the first year. And lastly, to evaluate and take action, they would adjust strategies to improve customer communication about sustainability initiatives. They would allocate more budget for fleet upgrades or enhance employees' training to resolve implementation gaps.